Polls show that a majority of Americans support raising taxes on the rich. But what do the millionaires who would actually pay them say? Robert Frank joins us with a new CNBC survey. Good morning, Robert.
Good morning, Becky. Well, surprisingly, most American millionaires actually support a wealth tax. And half of those making over $10 million or more say that the wealthy should also pay an income tax of 70% or more. Now, the CNBC Millionaire Survey, which polls those with investable assets of $1 million or more, found that 60% of millionaires support Elizabeth Warren's plan for an annual tax of those worth over $50 million. Now, even the richer millionaires, those worth $5 million or more, support a wealth tax. 49% of millionaires support a tax rate as high as 70% for those, now this is the income tax side, who make more than $10 million a year. The poll comes as several millionaire groups like the Patriotic Millionaires and Fair Share Connecticut are saying they want to pay more taxes to reduce inequality and generate revenue. But the results are highly partisan. 88% of Democratic millionaires and a majority of independents support the wealth tax, compared with 36% of Republican millionaires. That's still higher than I would have expected.
Me too.
Americans,
but, like, how much of it is how you ask the question? Do you support a wealth tax when you're worth $5 million and the wealth tax is only going to go to people who make more than $100 million? Again, are you voting to tax other people instead of yourself?
Right. There is a subset of that group that will be taxed.
But there's a subset who won't.
There's a subset who won't. Which is also why Americans as a whole have long been supportive of having the rich pay more. Of course, other people should pay the taxes. Polls show that 60% of American voters back a wealth tax, the majority also supporting a higher tax on those who are the highest earners. Now, one thing that millionaires don't want any changes to are deductions and the capital gains tax.
Well, deductions, that's a key. I mean, yes, we should be, in theory, paying more as long as I can keep all of my deductions so that I'm not actually paying more.
That's right.
Like the 50s when we had 90% and no one paid it.
And these are people with investable assets of $1 million or more, so these are investors. So the capital gains tax also very relevant to their income.
Them, but maybe not necessarily something that is a tax for people making over $10 million or something.
That's right. That's right.
And you could quickly make a specious point that, wow, Democrats are not as greedy as the Republicans because of the 88 versus 36. But Democrats all think that if you throw money with a government program at something, it's going to help those that need it and it's going to help income inequality.
Right.
When, in fact, if you do the math, many times it doesn't. And Republicans are probably people that believe more in growing the overall pie, growing the private sector, and hopefully organically wages start going up in a strong economy and everyone does better. So
right.
I mean, the knee-jerk analysis of how you'd interpret, well, let's actually get to this. And also, what are we using the money for?
Right. No, taxing should be the secondary question to what do you want to do first, and then how you're going to pay for it.
Do we have is $22 trillion enough, or do we just tax and then just spend that?
But I would say on the campaign trail that it's sort of been flipped, where the first order of business is tax the wealthy, and then second, sort of
that's what I mean.
And then the second order is, well,
which is the
Green New Deal or paying for college or whatever
politics
else.
of envy, which you know. In this country, that's one thing that sets us apart from a lot of places.
But I will say, having done polls like this or looked at polls like this for over 15 years, these numbers have gone up in terms of the wealthy supporting higher taxes. It has changed.
Yeah, okay. 10 million or more. I don't ever think I'm going to have that problem. 10 million or more income a year.
Income.
What is? Yeah.
What? I don't know.
What is the? I'm trying.
That's
Ari's. It's what they pay him for. But that just means they got to pay him more. What is the cutoff for 10 million? Is it point? I mean, you need decimal points for who makes 10 million. That's a small, small.
Yeah, 0.01%.
No, it's got to be
0.001%.
Well, that makes a difference. Thank you. Yeah. That's another.
So polls show that
0.001.
So everybody wants that tax.
I think that's right. So there are 12 million millionaires in America. I think her tax would apply to around 175,000 people in total. Right.